depression is the angle of elevation. Angle of elevation is an angle formed from the horizontal looking up. Angle of depression is an angle formed, oops, typo, from the horizontal looking down. So if I'm at the horizontal looking up, the angle of elevation would be right here. I'll call it theta. If I'm at the top of this building looking down, the angle of depression would be from the horizon, which I did in yellow, very, very light here, and looking down. So it would be this angle right here. So knowing what we do about parallel lines, what is true about the angle of elevation and the angle of depression? They are equal. They are equal. Okay, so let's see how we do with some word problems. The first example says the angle of depression from the top of a 30-foot tall building to the front wheel of a car on the street is 20 degrees. How far is the car from the building? So the first thing we would want to do is draw a sketch of the situation. So we can make the building. You could actually make a building if you want, or you could just make a line and that would represent the building. The building is 30 feet tall. And the angle of depression from the top of the building to the front wheel of a car. So let's make a little car here. So we have this situation here. The angle of depression is 20 degrees. So would this be 20 degrees? No, it's from the horizontal, which is here. This is 20 degrees, which you cannot see. This is 20 degrees from the horizontal down. So this has to be 70 degrees to form this nice right angle, doesn't it? So this is 70 degrees, and the goal is to find how far from the is the car from the building. So here's my car, and would I want to find this length here? Nope, we want to find the length from here to here. So we have forced a 90-degree angle and a triangle in the works. So here is 70 degrees. We know this part is 20 degrees. So our goal is to find x. So we could say, do we want to use tan, sine, or cosine? We could say that tan of 70 is the opposite leg, which is x, over 30, and that would give us the setup. So you can finish that and find the answer to number 1. Let's try this practice problem. John is 30 feet away from the base of a building, so this is 30. The angle of elevation from his foot to the top of the building, to the building's top, is 72 degrees. How tall is the building? Okay, so we have another tan problem. Tan of 72 degrees equals x over 30. You can finish that. Billy is holding the end of an 80-meter long string, kite string, and that is 2 meters off the ground. The string is at an angle of elevation to 40 degrees. So we have to finish this right triangle off here. The angle of elevation is 40 degrees. And our goal is to find the height of the string. So be careful because we have to make sure we include the 2 meters from here down. So I think you can figure out how to find x using SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine adjacent over hypotenuse. And tan is opposite over adjacent. So You can figure that one out. So this is what I'd like you to do. For homework, you are not finishing this entire worksheet because it's quite long. You are going to do the first page, which is 1, 2, 3, right? You're going to do Sally, Billy, and of course finish John. And then on the next page, you are going to do 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'm looking at 4, and I don't see triangles at number 4, but I see a lot of information. So, let's see, John is 2 meters tall. Here he is. He is at the top of a 40-meter tall building. That's all written in. When he looks down at the angle of depression, okay, remember the angle of depression is from the horizon down. So this is 25. Okay, this bit is 25. So this bit has to be, oh, not 75, 65, right? Because it has to add up to 90. So this is 65. This is 25 here. This is 65. That gets you to 90. The second base, the base of the second building is 50 meters away. So I'm going to suggest that you make a right triangle where you can and figure out what you need to do with all these numbers to solve this for the second building, which is what the goal is of this problem. Okay, so that should get you started, and we'll talk about the answers next class.